Title: People Who Don't Care About Celebrities. The psychology will shock you. Everyone's losing their minds over Taylor Swift's latest relationship. Your coworkers are dissecting every Instagram story from the Kardashians. Your friends are genuinely upset about some celebrity breakup that happened to people they've never met. And you're sitting there thinking, why do I care about strangers' personal lives? You're not missing the empathy gene. You're not socially disconnected. Your brain just processes fame completely differently than most people. And according to psychology, that difference reveals something fascinating about how your mind works. Let's start with what's actually happening in celebrity-obsessed brains. When people see their favorite celebrity, their brain releases oxytocin, the same bonding hormone you get when hugging a close friend. Their nervous system literally doesn't distinguish between real relationships and parasocial ones. They feel genuine emotional connection to people who don't know they exist. But your brain, it sees a stranger. A very famous stranger, but still a stranger. And there's a specific psychological reason why. Psychology calls this parasocial resistance. While most people form one-sided emotional bonds with media figures, your brain requires actual reciprocity for emotional investment. You can't care about someone who can't care back. It's not coldness, it's cognitive efficiency. Research from Dr. Alice Marwick shows that people with low celebrity interest have stronger reality monitoring. They can clearly distinguish between mediated relationships and actual relationships. Your brain isn't getting tricked into thinking you know these people just because you've seen them on screens. And here's what's wild about celebrity culture from a psychological perspective. It's basically a massive psychological experiment in manufactured intimacy. Celebrities share personal details, show vulnerability, create the illusion of friendship. Their entire industry is designed to make you feel like you have a relationship with them. But your brain doesn't fall for it. When a celebrity posts about their breakfast, you see marketing. When they share their authentic struggles, you see content strategy. You're immune to engineered intimacy. There's this psychological concept called investment asymmetry that explains why celebrity obsession feels so weird to some people. Fans invest emotional energy, time, money, and mental space into celebrities who are literally incapable of returning that investment. It's a relationship where one person gives everything and the other person doesn't even know they exist. People who don't care about celebrities often have what researchers call reciprocal relationship preference. You need your emotional investments to be mutual. You'd rather have coffee with your neighbor than follow a celebrity's vacation on Instagram, because your neighbor can actually have coffee back. And let's talk about what celebrity obsession actually serves psychologically. For many people, following celebrities provides a sense of aspiration and escapism. They live vicariously through famous people's experiences, wealth, and lifestyle. It's emotional tourism, experiencing a life you'll never have through someone else's social media. But people who don't get invested in celebrities often prefer creating their own experiences rather than consuming someone else's. Your brain doesn't need vicarious living because you're too busy actually living. Here's something fascinating. Research shows that people with low celebrity interest tend to have more stable self-esteem. They don't compare their regular life to celebrities' highlight reels because they understand those aren't real comparisons. They're comparing their behind the scenes to someone else's carefully curated performance. There's also this thing called social comparison theory that affects celebrity-obsessed people more intensely. They constantly measure their appearance, success, and lifestyle against people who have teams of professionals managing their image. But your brain doesn't engage in that comparison because you recognize the fundamental absurdity of comparing real life to a marketing campaign. And here's where it gets really interesting. People who don't care about celebrities often have stronger local community connections. Instead of emotionally investing in distant, famous people, they invest in actual relationships with people in their immediate environment. They know their neighbors, engage with their community, build real social networks. Psychology calls this proximity preference, caring more about people who can actually impact your life than people who exist purely as entertainment. It's not that you lack empathy. You've just allocated your empathy more strategically. But there's something deeper happening here. Celebrity culture often serves as a shared language for people who don't have much else in common. Talking about celebrities provides safe conversation topics that don't require personal vulnerability. It's social bonding through mutual consumption of entertainment. People who don't engage in celebrity culture sometimes struggle with this aspect of social connection. When everyone's discussing the latest celebrity drama and you genuinely don't care, it can feel isolating. But you're not missing out on connection. You're just requiring deeper, more authentic connection. And let's be honest about what drives celebrity obsession in our current moment. Social media algorithms have turned celebrity following into a dopamine delivery system. Every post, every story, every update provides a small hit of parasocial satisfaction. People get addicted to the illusion of insider access to famous people's lives, but your brain doesn't respond to that dopamine loop. When you see a celebrity's personal post, you don't feel like you're getting special access. You feel like you're watching a performance designed to maintain their brand. Here's what's really happening when people can't understand your lack of celebrity interest. They use celebrity culture as emotional regulation. Following celebrities provides comfort, distraction, and escapism from their own life challenges. When you don't engage with that system, they sometimes interpret it as judgment of their coping mechanism. But you're not judging, you're just getting your emotional regulation elsewhere, through actual relationships, personal interests, real experiences, different strategies for the same human need for connection and meaning. Research also shows that people with low celebrity interest tend to have stronger critical thinking skills around media manipulation. They can see advertising, marketing, and brand management more clearly because they're not emotionally invested in believing the image being sold. And there's something quietly radical about not caring about celebrities. In a culture designed to make you feel inadequate compared to famous people, you're immune to that manipulation. You're not measuring your worth against people whose job is literally to appear more successful, attractive, and interesting than regular humans. People who don't care about celebrities often report feeling more present in their own lives. They're not spending mental energy tracking other people's relationships, career moves, and personal drama. They're engaged in their own story instead of being spectators to someone else's. But here's the thing that celebrity-obsessed people don't always understand. Not caring about celebrities doesn't mean not caring about people. You care deeply just about people who can care back. People in your actual life. People whose problems you can help solve and whose joys you can actually share. So the next time someone asks if you saw what happened with this celebrity or that celebrity, and you genuinely couldn't care less, remember this: your brain isn't broken. It's just focused on reality. Real relationships, real experiences, real community. And in a world increasingly disconnected from authentic human connection, that might be exactly what we need. You're not missing out on celebrity culture. You're missing out on a massive distraction from your actual life. And honestly, your actual life is probably more interesting than their carefully managed brand anyway. Do you find yourself caring about celebrities, or are you completely indifferent? What do you think drives our culture's obsession with famous people? Let me know, because I suspect there are more people out there who feel the same way than we might think. To get more psychology content like this in your feed, please subscribe, hit the like button, and share your experiences with us. You'll be supporting our efforts too. Thanks for watching.